Glubbers. Don't trust actual spheres. Why would a 3D ball lie to you, Mechtoon? Lull the horizontal blocks that touch on waterproof. FK at Earth, no globe stairway. Water la 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 la, watch a thought go. Put some rectangles out on the lake. Get a side view to match a stairway. Globe step in water drop. Lab I'm betting Globers can't flat Earth is parallel verticals. Everywhere in cubes all line up. They don't diverge like Legos on a real ball. La la la, globes only have horizontal and vertical dots that are the same dots like golf ball. La 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 la. FK at Earth has one type vertical that's not horizontal ever. If you can't poke a stick perfectly horizontal in any lake or pond, globe debunk, poke at the vertical water hump with the sub 1 bet 1,000 to 1. Only globe subs can poke out of water horizontally live or out of vertical water ocean wall live. I'll bet up to 10,000 odds 1,000 to 1 that I get for their globe to win. No excuses, only reality and physical results. Oh, I've got 100 different bets. We can do, I'll win them all. I'll get my flat non-spinning surface versus a ball spinning live. Let's bet 1,000 to 1. My favorite which match reality on all local levels, adding up to all levels. I'm ready to bet and demonstrate real ball physics. You guys think is lying for what ifs? You can't demonstrate a real 3D ball in a lab. Debunks every globe claim. Wanna bet money 1,000 to 1. Glubber science not proven stuff makes it real lullo. So ifs are real, but a ball breaks all globe claims. Please trust reality and a real ball doing what it does. Over retarded globber, what ifs and buts, excuses and nuts. Why can't globers trust a real ball in lab? But when Def does, 80 peasant miles look like left to right. Globber nerds. Glubbers don't have speed or distance ruler with 93 million on it. Why? What's 24,000 miles look like against a horizon? Glubbers can't demonstrate how a plane, hot air balloon, helicopter flying around a ball and land a lemon. Imagine a side view to verify hill water ball wall hump. Got any side views? Goofy Glubbers 3959 doesn't exist. Got any vertical dropping hot air balloons along vertical ocean sea level live? Imagine what balls do ignore our reality of 3D balls. Lol, all the allergic to ball guys. Nobody can believe a belief, and a belief is conspiring against you. I wonder what 3D balls do in physics. It must be lying to you. A 3D ball, how does a foolish conch pendulum work in a real ball? Sending globers don't know them, put it on a flat table not spinning. Let's take a look and see which matches reality. Lol, which your ball in physics is used to obtain how balls work. What is the roof rate? Lol, can any of you demonstrate how a hot air balloon goes around a ball? How high do you go for sun to stop moving? Lol, globers live video, no video of sun sitting still. Lol, globers.
Bullshit.
Another truth goes viral. Another genius can't find the curve. They read one meme, they've cracked the code. Now they're the ones we don't deserve. They've got vibes, not verification. Echoes bouncing off their walls. But we came strapped with citations, and we're here to torch it all. No, Tesla didn't prove the earth was flat. No, gravity ain't just a theory, literally bro. Yes, your vibes are valid, but your math is trash. And your pop-up flirts are drunk on lies. You want heat, you want facts, you want someone to bite back. Then take your charts, your dome, your fear, and get ready to crack. We don't run from facts, we bring the smoke. We break the myths, then raise a toast. Welcome to Drunk Debunk Show! Drunk Debunk Show!
Hello and welcome back to the Drunk Debunk Show, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great night and had a good weekend. this weekend was pretty fun. Went to a party with a live band. And then we helped out with the Critical Streamathon. Raised $2,000. Thank you, Jim Daniels, for that. Yeah, so here we are. It's Tuesday. It's also Tuesday night, so which means I'm competing directly with the Toon himself. Usually he starts at 10, but oh well. I have a wrench on Toon's channel, says Sean. Did you also start trouble in Toon's Discord, which got you banned? But I'm here, says Brenda. Yes, you are. You're all here. I'm glad that you're all here. So let's go down the list. Oh my god, guys! Like, in looking through some things to like cover, not only today but like in the future. Like this is the time of year where you really remember, where you're reminded how evil people can be. And allow me to CC. It's not CC. CC's not the evil one. Let's go to my subscriptions. This is the evilness, right? The evil is Justin Johnson. I'll turn it off in a second. Hold on. Is Justin Johnson. He is streaming Brian Staveley's 9/11, the media hoax completely exposed. No planes, no victims, empty towers. So I did a little investigating of who this Brian Staveley is, and I guess he used to be a writer of some sort. Hold on, I gotta turn the fan off. Hold on. So he used to write books. I don't really understand the genre of books that he used to write, but he has a bunch of them out. This Brian Staveley guy. And I guess he was awoken. He was awoken. The kind of books he would write, The Empire's Ruin. What was his He was a American fantasy writer, so he wrote fantasy books. But then he like woke up, you know, and now he does a bunch of stuff about 9/11. And I gotta tell you guys, he is just a piece of garbage. Like he looks like trash. His mouth is black. Now that's not something that you see very often, is black mouths. But like, dude, like, take care of yourself at least a little bit, you know? So yeah, so what so I don't know if we're going to be doing much with that, because like I feel like I will get really, really upset, because 3,000 people died that day. The buildings weren't empty, and for Justin Johnson to be promoting this, it in the words of Holly, it speaks volumes. Anywho, so I can get rid of this stuff. Not that it's not still going, but the well, let's just clean up a little bit. There we go. All right. So what we're really here to do is, I just wanted to point out how evil Justin Johnson is, and all other 9/11 deniers. People did die. Lots of people lost their mothers, their fathers, their grandparents, their their uncles, their aunts, potentially. I mean, there's got to be kids in there too. You know, it's just a stab at your own humanity. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck you, Justin Johnson. You are absolute fucking trash, and you deserve to burn in hell. Which is where you're gonna go, directly to fucking hell. All right, so let's move on to what we're actually going to be going over. So this debate was kind of like an impromptu debate. I bet we'll hear I hopped into this last night when it was like just ending. So this is a 2-hour long debate. And it is a TBC. So I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm also trying to get in touch with Plain Trotter. So if anybody knows how to get in touch with Plain Trotter, I want him on my show. So yeah. So I want Plain Trotter on my show. All right, so let's dig into it. What do you think?
All right, according to this thing, we are now live. Welcome, people. This is a random debate between Plain Trotter and Big Mike. Thank you both for being here to have this discussion.
So I don't know who this Big Mike guy is. Yeah, so he's got to be a newbie flurf. I mean, first off, look at him. He's a child. He's an absolute child. And the arguments that he comes up with are like straight from like the Dubé textbook 101. You know, it's like he watched 200 proofs and was like, I am now a flat earth expert. So just look at watch his throughout the debate. You're gonna see his naivety and his and him really trying to grasp the idea of flat earth while he's debating it. So I think that's fantastic. First off, guys, we need to do, oh fuck, dude, my keyboard has been like on the fritz. Okay, it works. All right, so first off, we need to take our shot. So let's go over here. We're gonna take our shot, guys, and while I take my shot, we need to I want to see the chat fill up with GTSYs, so I can say hi to you. But here we go. So this one goes out to this is me first opening this rum that I was supposed to drink this weekend, but I didn't drink it all. So to you guys, to the Drunk Debunk show, to the Zoo crew, to everyone here, GTSY, cheers. Oh. All right, I guess that's not so bad. It's like so sugary. What's in this? It's made with vanilla. Why is it like sweet? All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna say hi to everybody in chat. We have DB Debunk, Sean from Sergeant Rock of Easy Company, Tori Hanzo, Calder V, Monkey Cat Papa, the Canadian Space Advocate, Silent Dave, Brenda Creates, to CK, Lindsay Bow, Red's forehead must have took a beating. Tay, Nick N, Eva Producer, Roger that, CJ, beautiful, small crowd tonight, but expected since Tune's on and Yeramate's on. GTA 5. I get it. Most flat earthers remind of this happened before and will again. Those were certainly words, Canadian Space Advocate. All right.
Hello there.
Yo, what's up, Mom? Yo, my mom's in chat over on the Twitchies. Say hello. What's up, Kitty? Kitty's here too in Twitch. Ash, hello, Ash. All right, let's get into the derp.
I'm traveling, and so my audio may not be as good, but I'm not involved in this conversation, so it doesn't matter. Plain Trotter,
Hey,
please introduce yourself.
I can hear like what you're saying.
You got to mute the audio on the live stream, dude. I would just click off the live stream if you're hearing double.
Okay.
What do you mean clicking on the live stream?
You can't have both playing.
Oh my God.
All right. So.
All right. Anyway, Plane Trotter, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is my username is Plane Trotter. Just here to talk about the shape of the Earth, hopefully from, evidence-based point of view. And I'm looking forward to it.
There's no such thing. Also, what's your name? Krakatoon? Krakatoon, this is for you. Okay. I'm going to try and make sure that I get 2 sentences out from them before I stop to talk about it. Yo, what's up, Pat in the chat? What's going on? So Krakatoon is always complaining in my comments that I talk too much. He might not be aware of the fact of what we're supposed to be doing. We're reviewing stuff. So in order for us to review, we have to stop the video and talk. So Krakatoon, if you want to watch the original video, then you can go watch the original video on Undisturbed.
All right, Big Mike, introduce yourself, please.
Yes, I'm commonly known as Aerospace Big Mike on Twitter. Basically, I'm just an aerospace journalist.
Oh, so he's on Twitter. They're on Twitter, guys.
Following rocket launches and events going on the Space Coast, and just exploring, utilizing my experience, working on aircraft and whatnot to understand the world around us.
Cool. All right, so Big Mike, I'm going to ask the first question, and that should start us off. What brings you both here?
Twitter post where Plane Trotter was doubting on the ISS as usual. A very common trait we see on Twitter, and I just followed up with a post of tracking that me and myself in Astronomy Life have captured a few years ago, and that's where it started.
Cool. All right.
I found him. He's on Twitter. Spiritual soldier. God is good. Follow the sun. Jesus. Naturalized Texan. Made with parts from France and 2 other countries. Meme War Vet 2016 to present. God bless you. Catholic, atheist, Christian, Democrat. Wait. He went from being a Catholic to atheist to Christian, from foreigner to Texan, soccer to tennis, Democrat to mega humper, alcohol and weed to sober 24/7, flat in crypto to gold and silver, mocking the Bible to taking it 100% literally. You don't say. Victim of the Matrix to free accountable man of God. All right, so that's a little tidbit about Plane Trotter. There you go. It's gonna get so much worse. Let's go.
I like debating. This is the first debate that I actually land against, Globis. Still love you guys. I do have to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And
you should.
I'm open to debate. Now, I mean, should I start just making points, or are you gonna ask a question for that?
You forgot
the space station was brought up. Let me just start off this question, then Big Mike, you take over from here. What is your problem with the International Space Station, or do you have a problem with the International Space Station?
Okay, so with the ISS, okay, first of all, let me say something real quick. I am not claiming that I have all the answers, right? So obviously, I was
so Plane Trotter, you can't claim to have any answers, okay? Because just saying words and stuff isn't really answering anything. There you go. I don't know. Jack Fitter for 499 says,
America really does have too many young, male, ignorant virgins living in mommy's basement than it should have.
Then it should have. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Jack Fetter. And I agree with that. I agree with that, Jack. It's becoming too normalized. It's becoming too normalized.
Basically taught the same things you guys were my whole life. And a few years ago, I started let's say forgetting everything that I've ever been taught and just using my own eyes, my own ears, my own senses, then logic, observation, what they claim versus what I see, and things like that. And I started questioning. So just because I realized, okay, this model that they're presenting to me makes no sense, that doesn't mean that I automatically have all the other answers. As if I have a PhD in true physics, let's just say, for lack of a better expression, right? So when it comes to the ISS specifically, that's, first of all, that's a small, if we're talking about the shape of the Earth and whether we are inside of a dome in a firmament or there's like an ever expanding universe, to use whether the ISS is floating or orbiting as the proof for that is, that would be like a side quest or like a bonus point. That wouldn't be my main argument. So my main argument wouldn't be, oh, the Earth is flat because the ISS floats. It doesn't. That'll be, like for me, a Globy trying to use, and it's sorry about the term Globy, but just speed it up. A Globy trying to use the ISS as proof of outer space and stuff like that is kind of like me saying, oh, magic is real because look at this Las Vegas magic show, right? So
no, because the ISS is a great place to start because it is a small thing. He's right, it is small. However, that small thing completely destroys his entire viewpoint, because for the Earth to be flat, space can't exist.
6 months of derp destruction already? Here's
Yo,
to 6 more cheers.
holy
Clinking beer
moly.
mugs emoji.
Holy crap, you got halfway around the sun with me, Pat, in the chat. Thank you for the 6 months of being hammered. Let's go. That's the hammered level. Thank you very much. Cheers to that, buddy. Cheers to that for another 6 months.
I mean, yes, if you have like a controlled scenario and you control the variables and all this stuff, you can make something appear what it's not. But you can't, that's just.
And the ISS is also something that should be easily debunked, right? We have so much evidence that the ISS is real, that it's actually traveling at 17,000 miles away, or miles per hour. That I will never remember how far away it is in space, but like that should be where you start, because for his viewpoint to be true, he's got space can't exist, therefore the ISS needs to be debunked. Is hammered your current state or desired state? It's what is it, Tuesday? It's Tuesday night, so it is not my desired state, not till Friday. Tune just name dropped you chatting to Mikey. Yo, let's go. Of course he's called phone a flurf. Phone a flurf. Had an afternoon of what's it preaching and trying to prove. I'm going to assume prove the Earth is a center of the universe. Oh my God. I didn't watch that stream. The religious streams, I'm not really into that. Yo, Boston Concerts, what's up?
Like a little trick that the Matrix can prove.
Did someone take a video of it Thursday morning? Yes, and that would be me in Reds.
Mirrors, that's what it is. It's smoke and mirrors. So whether they're actually shooting it, and making it go fast, or it's floating or whatever, I haven't studied it, but I wouldn't hinge my whole worldview on whether it goes 17,000 miles per hour or floats. Okay, hold on.
So it doesn't float. It doesn't float. Floating is not part of the orbital mechanic. I can't imagine that anywhere in orbital mechanics does it describe it as float.
So I already addressed the question. I want to move on unless there's comments about it.
My just a real quick thing is just to clear up, since you did, you said that the only real video in that clip I sent of the Google Loon compared to the ISS, you said the only one was the balloon. So just
the Google Loon.
Was the strawberry footage real or not? Let's just clear
Wait,
that.
so you were the one posting that video? Okay, great.
It was two side by side.
Yeah, so you posted 4 different sources. 3 were pictures, and one had 2 videos, one next to each other. So I saw the 3 pictures, and then on the 4th, I only saw the right because they all went so fast. I didn't really pay attention to it, and I even explained there hey, I missed that one. So I when I said the very first time I said the only real video, the only real proof or whatever I said is that one, is because I missed the other. Again, you put 4 sources, I saw 3, they were pictures or diagrams or whatever, and then the other one, it was split in 2, and I only processed half. So I never claimed your video to be fake. You get posts spamming that over and over, and I again, that split into so many sub threads that I'm sure you might have missed it when I clarified hey, I missed that one, but I never called your thing fake. And if I recall correctly, I don't think I ever said, oh, that's CGI, that's fake. And some of y'all were teaming up saying that I was using those words. I wasn't. But look, now
I wish
I like to talk more.
I wish that I had what he's talking about. I wish that I had what he's talking about, because without that info, I feel like I'm missing out. I got the FOMO.
More about the root of logic of things. So say if Big Mike doesn't want to set the topic, which I'm willing to go his route as well. I'll say I will find our point of disagreement from the beginning, right? So, Big Mike, are you a Christian? And I'm not gonna make this into a religious thing, but I just want to see where you're at.
And also I'm like, this kind of tweaks me out a little bit because my nickname used to be Big Mike. So like, I keep thinking that they're talking to me.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I was raised Christian, and I also went to a Christian academy, through middle school and high school. So I've been surrounded by it my entire life.
And what's the way to heaven?
Well, it depends on your denomination. That's the problem. Is I was taught denominational was that there are different, the exact conditions vary. My perspective is just accepting Jesus Christ, but again, Christianity is one of those really fickle things where it's different for every person, every translation. So I don't hold that as like any sort of objective position. It's entirely arbitrary and entirely subjective.
All right, so that's a soft answer, but I think it's still the correct one. So now, do you think that the Bible is literal?
No.
Especially not the Old Testament. The Old Testament, when you look at the history, was largely written to be illustrative in large works of tales. Not to say that it was written to be fiction, but that it was written to convey a story or some sort of a idea or concept, not written literally. Especially when you look at things like Genesis. The book of Genesis is quite literally plagiarized. You cannot treat it as original text because it is plagiarized from the Enuma Elish. I think that was like 1,000 years prior to the first iteration of Genesis even being written.
Oh, shit.
Again, literal can't really be applied when we already have historical evidence of plagiarism on its part. Not saying that it's evil or bad for that, but you can't also ignore it. And it's not even like the Enuma Elish is the one exception. It also takes from the Egyptian Book of the Dead as well. So there are quite a bit of
yeah. So if you needed any more, so I saw CK mention the curtain. If you needed any more evidence that this man lives in his mother's basement, there it is. I feel like he's at the front of a high school auditorium. Yeah, it's like the curtain for the stage. You know what I'm saying? Satellites aren't real, and I can prove it by no true Scotsmaning your Christianity.
Concepts it picked up and borrowed from.
Oh man, there it is. The most sincere GTSY you'll ever see in my chat.
Okay, so do you agree that the Bible says that the Earth is flat?
Again, it's not. You can't treat it as literal, and even if you did,
but does it say that? Whether it's literal or not, does it say that?
It says that it's flat, but there are also sections and passages that describe it as round, as a circle. Suspended in nothing.
Not a sphere. So you could have a circle still a flat two-dimensional surface. If somebody asked you to find the area of a circle, you wouldn't pull up with the surface area of a sphere, right?
Again, this is all subjective, especially given the fact that Hebrew is not exactly a scientific translation into today's wordage. So I prefer not to
run down the long road of
okay,
Bible this, Bible that. Like again, I just want to establish. So you're basically making the argument against the literal interpretation of the Bible, because there's people that they don't even know that the Bible says the Earth is flat or implies to it, alludes to it many different times. So at least we're on the same page there, right? So now, if you need to build off from that, I would say that you believe in Jesus. I do too.
I believe this is right off camera. This is right off camera. Evil producer was able to get this picture of this guy's basement,
right? And when you're looking at the scientific method, if just everybody forget about everything they've told you for a second and everything that's everything you see, just the scientific method. Do we agree that all knowledge of science should be acquired through the scientific method? Do we agree there?
Though the scientific method is a good concept, the problem is it is not applicable everywhere. Some things require a measurement, some things require an observation,
some things
require
I didn't hate Genesis, but I preferred Phil Collins' solo stuff till he went crazy. Yeah, I mean, so he does what I understand from this is he does a lot of setup questions, and he gets called out on it.
Setups and testing methods that aren't even you can't put through the scientific method. There's no dependent variable or an independent variable to control. It's rather you have to test and compare reactions or effects. For example, you can't do a scientific experiment with a dependent variable in all forms of chemistry. Sometimes you just have to take a beaker, one thing, and mix it with another beaker, and see what happens and write down the results. So while the scientific method is nice, its applicability ends at school. Once you get down to the real world, it gets a lot more complicated.
So the science
that like Big Mike. What a great way to explain the difference between high school, like the high school understanding of and teachings of the scientific method versus the scientific method actually being applied in actual applications of science. It's beautiful. I should get Big Mike on the show. Yeah, sure.
Scientific method would be basically like observation, hypothesis, tested, do a draw conclusion, and it should be the conclusions should be repeatable. So this is already like a pretty big disagreement that you're basically saying that there's some knowledge, scientific knowledge that we should acquire via other ways than the scientific method. So, now we have to like, iron that out before we can move forward where, in the way that I'm going. So, what I was going to say, I thought you were going to agree with that, is that the Bible makes a claim, show me your evidence, right? And, if you type pictures of space on any search engine, I think most people, if they're honest with themselves, they're, and I've done this many times in person. I'll be like, hey, pull out your phone, search this. I'm like, show me one picture that's a photograph that's not made by a computer. And they just scroll and like, oh, I can't find one, but that doesn't mean anything.
So, but that's not, so let's do that ourselves. Let's go to google.com. And let's look for picture of, let's do Mars, right? Picture of Mars. So let's see. We have them right here. So images. All right, let's see this. All right. So this was captured by the Hope Orbiter. Literally the first picture. Did you catch that he believes in what he calls true physics? Yeah, I know. I was kind of hoping for him to elaborate on that a little bit later on. I guess. It took me 2 seconds to find a photograph of Mars. Boom! It was the first one. Let's see what this one is. No, oh, there. This one was taken by the OSIRIS instrument of the ESA Rosetta spacecraft in 2007. Wow. Okay. This one. I don't know. Doesn't say. But like that argument is so tired and like old, like there's plenty, there's millions of pictures of space that you can find in an instant that are photographs. It's such a stupid argument. Like that doesn't prove that the Earth is flat. It just proves that you don't know how to Google.
So, my claim would be there is a lack of observable evidence. I don't want to see some footage of Earth from really high up, because I don't deny that you can get footage of Earth from really high up. My claim would be
ABC. I mean, that's the exact speculation that you would expect one to have, right? Like you're not a flat earther because you don't have any speculation, right? Now,
I didn't get laid in high school as it was, but I don't see flat earth as being much of a panty dropper. This guy may cease to exist, a virgin.
Jesus Christ. Jack Fetter, true words have never been spoken. Yo, what's up, Cody? Oh, hi, Cody. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Pretty sure they are CGI photos. So let's do this again. Picture of Mars. That's images. Okay. Let's get this one. Okay. So this has, look at the bottom. Okay. This has all the information about the picture taken. Right? So it even has the focal length of the camera used. What you would need to do at this point, ABC, is prove that it is CGI. So you can't. So just saying pretty sure they're CGI photos doesn't make them CGI, right? This is a photograph. Okay, this is a photo of Mars that was taken. Probably not from Earth. Can we add Flurfs as a Darwin Awards category? Oh, aren't they already? So Cody says, that's all I did in high school. No wonder I got kicked out junior year. If I was as worried about studying, then I was getting a poon, I would have been golden. Cartoon photos. It is an image, not a photo. It said it was an image. It was a photo. Like it even has the information about the camera that captured it. Like this, like it's Like you can say that up and down, left and right, all you want, ABC, but you're just wrong. Like you have to prove that it's fake. Like that, like read the caption properly. What do you mean? Let's look up what all this means. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's the same thing because obviously it's on Flickr, dude. Like this is the information of the camera, man. Yeah, Jack Fetter. Of course, maybe she's a flurf. Yeah. No, well, she's a level earther, whatever the fuck that means. I'm an upward vector gal. Yeah, she thinks that the flat Earth lifts up, which I don't understand how orbit works in that. You didn't have to put idiot in the thumbnail. I can tell just by looking at him. We would need to go to space ourselves to verify that as a legitimate photo. No, you don't. You don't have to go to space to get a photo of Mars. Here's a really good example of why you don't have to do that. Let's take a look at my stream from Wednesday night, shall we? Let's see. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. This is a live telescope image of Saturn. Okay, is this a seed? Like we pointed the telescope towards.
Start a different stream. I'm gonna be so pissed.
The Sagan God.
Oh no. Okay, we're good. Awesome. All right, we're live.
Oh, I clicked it twice. I was like, what the fuck is happening? We pointed the telescope at the light in the sky that was Saturn. And then we zoomed in on it, Mikey style. Okay? And we were watching this happen for 4 hours. You can even see the field rotation of Saturn. Like it's kind of tilted this way. And then as the Earth rotates, it tilts the other way. Okay? So I was there and I live streamed the entire thing. And you're going to tell me that you have to go to space to get a picture of a planet? This planet is 1.2 billion kilometers away. Yet here it is in plain sight. We're looking at it, ABC. We're looking at it. Like, what do you mean? Like, that you have to go there to prove that it's actually there. We are watching it live. Not only are we watching Saturn, but we are watching Saturn's moon Titan cast a shadow on Saturn. That's what this little black dot that is. That's why we were here, because we were capturing a solar eclipse on another planet, and we watched the entire thing. So I don't understand where you can be, oh, it's just a light in the sky, it doesn't exist, you don't know it, that we don't know that if it exists if we're not there. That's bullshit. That is a cop-out. We can literally see it from Earth. We don't know what they are up there. We would need to get there to verify. We don't know if they're even physical objects or not. The fact that Titan was casting a shadow on Saturn, that we watched the entire thing go across, proves that it is a physical object. And guess what, ABC? We have been there. We have sent a probe to every single planet in our solar system. Crazy, right? So ABC, for you to be saying that you can't tell that if it exists or not because you can't go there is moving the goalpost. It is physical. That is what we're looking at. How can you have a shadow on something if both objects aren't physical?
Wait, Mikey style would mean a blurry blotch if you mean Mikey Smith, or 15 minutes late if you mean yourself.
I was only 2 minutes late today. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Jack Fenner. Because space is presented as fake. No, you are gullible enough to think that space is fake because people told you to think that space is fake, ABC. Like, it's optical, not physical. We are literally, okay, all right. Let's take, oh no. Oh, here we go. Little planet. Okay. This little planet is going to, let me get a ball. 1 second. All right. I've used this green ball multiple times on my streams. Okay, so planet, moon. This is what happened on Saturn. Actually, a little bit more like that. This is what happened, and this is what we observed. The moon, Titan, went across Saturn, causing a shadow. These are two physical objects. For you to look at this and say, well, we can't tell if it's physical or not, ABC, I'm sorry, but you're just stupid if you actually think that. Okay? Like, your wall is so strongly built that this logic can't get through your brain. Like, that just proves voluntary stupidity. Okay? I'm sorry. Like, sorry, not sorry. If you think that this isn't physical, then you are stupid. Okay? Yes, I have my balls out again. Both of them. Moving on. If green balls persist, consult your doctor. Who's they? Maybe they are projecting up there a movie for you to capture. ABC, you like you are you for you to be as old as you are and still alive, you must be somewhat of a functioning adult, right? Like, you can tie your shoes, maybe they're Velcro. You can maybe make some rice without burning it, maybe. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. There's no way that you could possibly think that they are projecting Saturn onto something for us to watch with a telescope. Are you so ABC, what you're telling me right now is that I'm optical and I don't exist. With your logic, you're telling me that I don't exist because I'm just optical. Like, that's how much sense you're making, ABC. And it's not much. For fuck's sake. Moving on. ABC, I can't with you today, okay?
Against outer space, against all this, against the Earth spinning, and we doing all these motions that we don't sense. I can't observe. There's no way I can test it. All evidence that I can,
if you say so, you said you can't prove it because you can't prove it's optical. You can't prove that it's physical. You can't prove I'm physical. You can't prove this is physical. You can't prove anything is physical by just looking at it with your stupid, dumbass logic, ABC. Like, you are so deep in denial that you are willing to look like an adult, idiot, moron, stupid person on the internet than just say, oh, you're right, I'm wrong. You fucking idiot.
You have, as far as I know, is what either government agencies claim or just like Hollywood, basically. So NASA, Hollywood, movies, stuff like that. You can't observe the curvature to yourself. I've been on many airplanes, and I'm looking out the window for hours. And I know everyone hears me on airplanes, but I've actively looked, I get the window seat, I'm looking for hours. I don't have a fisheye lens on my camera or whatever, and it's horizontal. So the highest place where I can go, I still see no curvature, right? So that, the Bible makes a claim. The highest place that I can go, I still can't observe it myself. And then even when I look at how the scientific,
you hate the term globe-tired, really? I love
scientific
it.
establishment
I embrace
claims that they obtain that information, it still doesn't make sense. So, for example, do you know how the scientific establishment claims that the curvature of the Earth was first measured? Do you know that?
That doesn't change the fact that
he's going to say Aristophanes, but it wasn't.
The shape of the Earth, and especially
Aristophanes already knew that the Earth was curved, was a globe. He was just measuring the radius.
Its diameter has already
The 3% of people that control this realm. If you don't think we are slaves, you really need to open your eyes. Who are you a slave to, ABC? Go ahead. Who are you a slave to? Go on. I want to know who cracks your whip. Who cracks your whip, ABC? Because ABC, why do you believe anything that isn't physically demonstrated or verifiable? Because ABC, I have 2 brain cells to rub together. Okay? And the things that I understand, the facts that I understand, ABC, are demonstrated and verifiable. Okay? You would learn that, okay, if you just, stepped foot into a 3rd grade classroom. Okay? You would learn that. Okay? I understand that you're just being told what to think, and you didn't come up with these ideas on your own. I guarantee you did not. You were told to think this way, and you're like, you're right. I want to feel special, so I'm just gonna all of it as if I understand it. Okay? I don't give a fuck what you do, ABC. I don't care. So then what are you worried about, ABC? If everyone is a slave, then what does it matter? Then no one's a slave. I don't understand why you're like, oh, you're a slave to, everyone's a slave. I could grow my own food out in the back too. I can grow my own food. That's what you're saying doesn't make any sense. No one is a slave to anybody. She probably declared you covered one of her videos on her channel. She's just seeking acknowledgement, in my opinion. Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure it's her, but I think Angela said Satan pushed her. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's all be slaves.
Confirmed by amateurs and independents, even as
I'm done talking to you, ABC. You're
used Polaris to measure and find Earth's radius.
Just saying you're right, I'm wrong, or maybe I might be wrong. If those words came out of your mouth, then I would have the utmost respect for you. But all you do is just say blah 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 blah. That's it. You're not right, ABC, in multiple ways.
Yes. So again, appealing to what somebody did, 100 years ago doesn't change observations and measurements made, right now in this century.
Yes,
okay,
thank you.
I'm not familiar with
this. See, that's my argument, right? It's like, okay, great. Forget everything that we have in the past. Forget it all. The Bible, all the science books, whatever. Forget what Aristophanes did. Forget Aristotle. Forget everything. Okay? But we have what we have now to observe the Earth. Okay? That's the most important thing. We can verify that the Earth is a globe because we're in space right now. Right now, there's people in space on the ISS. Right now, there's people doing spacewalks outside of the ISS. Right now, we have satellites millions of miles away. We have so much evidence and proof of where we live. So forget about what Aristophanes did. Forget about what all these other people did. We have the proof now.
That experiment, so I can't like attack that. So how about this? Why don't you just describe what that experiment did?
It's essentially using trigonometry. He measured the angle to Polaris from two positions. I believe it was here in Florida. He took the angle to Polaris from two different locations, and using trigonometry, he figured out the distance to Polaris. And using that, he could also calculate where it should be, to get a 90-degree angle, since you could find he had the angle of where Polaris was on, from here in Florida. So he just used that to find the, turn it into a right angle.
Yeah, Sam believes in you.
And using that, he could find the straight line distance to where Polaris should be, again, 90 degrees above us. The problem is, using a flat Earth, he found that Polaris should be, just a little bit north of the Canadian border. Way, way far off of where Polaris actually is, 90 degrees in the sky. So again, it does, not only did that refute, flat Earth in that instance, but it was also an instance where, he managed to find Earth's radius, not by following an institution, but by using his own measurements.
So again, this is the first time I hear that experiment, and a few things that I already, start to wonder. First, you have to understand that. So, you also got to try to see it from my point of view, right? If I'm saying basically there's a matrix built around the Earth being a globe when it's not, like they're, somebody at the very, very, very top, somebody's lying, right? That's my position, and you can go into reasons why.
Who's lying? I mean, there's plenty of people in power that lie. But what I don't understand is how that makes the Earth flat. I don't get it.
But so even the experiment that you're alluding to, he's saying, he looked up what the angle should be. Okay, it's garbage in, garbage out. You're already not only that, the experiment that you're describing, again, I cannot observe it. You're basically setting up something complex enough that the average civilian is not going to go take a whole week, and get somebody on the other side of the world and measure this at the same time. That's, out of the reach of most people. But when it comes to like simple stuff that you can just observe, right? Like electricity, you just turn the switch on right there. You don't believe it. You connect a battery with little wires and a little bulb, and right there you build your own experiment. You can see it for yourself right then and there. But again, this is the first time.
But he didn't use two different people across the world. It was an observation he did himself on the same night, and he only traveled a few miles. So this is absolutely something you could replicate.
Hold on. No, this is why I'm already going to call fake news on this one. Because if it's the same person making the measurement, and your model claims that the Earth is spinning about 1,100 miles per hour.
No. Now, I've been covering Flat Earth for a year now. Maybe a little bit over a year. And I got to tell you, this whole 1,000-mile-per-hour thing is really starting to get on my nerves. It's really starting to get on my nerves. Because, and then they say, oh, well, that's what your scientists say. Like, no, we don't measure rotation in a tangential speed, like in linear speeds. Like, we don't measure Earth's rotation in a linear speed. We measure rotation by RPMs, or degrees per hour, or minute, or whatever. Like, it's ABC. I'm glad you're here, because I want to ABC. Do you want to see what 1,000 miles per hour looks like from space? You want to see what that looks like? Because I can show you. We're gonna look at it right now. Oh, everything kind of just stopped moving. Huh. So this is 1 second per 1 second. Let's go to Earth. This is what 1,000 miles per hour of rotation looks like. Are you telling me that's not a still image? ABC, I don't care who controls you or who controls me. The Earth still isn't flat. So this is what 1,000 miles per hour rotation looks like. ABC, I think your name is actually Holly. I think we figured it out, guys. So this is quite literally how fast the Earth is spinning. So when you tell me, oh, 1,100 miles per hour, oh, 7,000 miles per hour, think of this. This is real time. Real time. 9:56 p.m. on September 9th, 2025. 1 second per 1 second. This is it. You want to see what 66,600,000 or 66,600,000 or 600 miles look like? Miles per hour looks like? Rotating or orbiting the sun? It doesn't look that fast, does it? Doesn't look that fast, does it? ABC, are you watching? Are you watching? Because these are the claims that you guys fight over, right? Like, this is real time. This is where we are in the solar system at this moment in time. Doesn't really look that fast, does it? 3% of the world owns everything. ABC, even if that was right, the Earth is still a globe. For fuck's sake, that's not proof of a flat or level Earth with an upward vector. For fuck's sake. Whatever the fuck that means, Angela. It's not flat, it's level. What does that even mean? Like, that's such an arbitrary cop-out. But this is 66,700 miles per hour. Rotating or orbiting the sun. Look at how much is zooming. But demonstrably up. Listen, learn how to use an accelerometer, because you're using it wrong. All right, there we go. I just wanted to show that, because everything that you say is just fucking stupid. And who asked? Tay? It's called Universe Sandbox. Universe Sandbox is $30 on Steam.
You have a sphere. I don't really have anything better here, but you have a sphere, and let's say you pick a city here, and if that city makes a whole rotation in 24 hours, and it's supposed to be like 25,000 miles, you're saying you right now think that you're traveling 1,100 miles per hour. I think I'm standing still. What do my senses tell me? That I'm standing still. In my opinion, your senses tell you that you're standing still, even though
your senses don't tell you anything. Your senses would tell you a change in speed, not a constant speed. This is literally elementary. You learn this in elementary school.
believe you're moving at 11,000 miles per hour. So my question, my point to your little experiment is, if the same person made the measurement, look at how complex it goes. It's not even an observational thing. Now I have to believe that this guy had the capacity to get the angles right, travel a perfectly measured distance, then factor in how much the Earth moved while he was traveling.
Thanks, Kitty.
You know, all these other factors, the wobble of the Earth, the sun is going, and then the Earth is moving with it. So you have all those factors, and you're telling me it's just some random dude perfectly measured everything, and he proved the Earth is not flat. That doesn't make sense. Give me something that I can observe, that I don't have to just believe by faith, because I obviously don't believe in globe Earth by faith anymore.
Well,
now,
you can start by repeating the experiment. Everything you just said, and I've listened to every word, was entirely incredulity. You don't believe it, but you didn't address a damn thing.
Yeah,
you did not address the trigonometry. Trigonometry doesn't give a damn about speed. Trigonometry is just angle.
Everyone watching this that believes in what you just said, believe it out of faith. There's no way that
trigonometry is not faith. Trigonometry is something that works every time.
Again, do you really
well,
believe
then repeat it?
No, my point is it's too complicated. If the Earth is
it's too complicated to get two angles. Are you serious?
No, it's not just two angles. According to you, the Earth is moving super fast.
And trigonometry doesn't give a damn. Trigonometry does not give a damn about speed. Trigonometry is just angle, side, angle.
you're yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
What doesn't make sense? You're trying to apply something that does not fit into
The
trigonometry.
same person
Pull up a trigonometric formula. Where does speed fit into that formula? It does not exist because it is 3 elements. It is, you need to either have 2 sides and an angle, or you need to have 2 angles and a side. And
okay, let me ask you a question. So the guy sets up his measure, his thing, and he measures, right? And now he's driving to the other place. While he's driving, is the Earth moving in 4 degrees of motion? Yes or no?
Do you know how much change that Polaris is going to make in that time?
I just asked you a yes or no question. So while he's traveling to going to point B, did the Earth move in 4 degrees of motion? Yes or no? Actually, more than that. But so you have the spin, you have the orbit around the Earth, you have
how much spin is going to occur in less than an hour? What is the angle change?
The galaxy is moving, so everything is moving at the same time.
So what Big Mike needs to do here is correct this guy. So depending on how long it took this guy doing this experiment to go from one point of observation to another point of observation, that distance and time would be added to the calculation to make it more accurate. Or you could apply it to the margin of error and do the experiment multiple times, right? So that's what Big Mike needs to tell Plane Trotter. Like, Plane Trotter is just, oh, well, here's a variable that needs to be accounted for. Okay, then we'll account for it. You're not debunking anything because you came up with a problem that just needs to get applied to the measurement.
Yet when this guy takes a measurement here, time just pauses for him to just drive over there and measure the angle. If that was true, that experiment is way out of that guy's ballpark. But look, let me go back to the original experiment that
because there's a variable, an added variable that he had to include in his measurement. Like, this guy among all flat earthers, right? If it's not 1 + 1 = 2, then it's too difficult for them to figure out, right? That's just how it is, right? It has to be simple, or else Earth flat, right? Because what they don't understand is that reality is very complicated. But all they see is rainbows and butterflies and think that nothing can be complicated. And if it is too complicated, then it's fake and Earth is flat. What did I miss? And why is everyone a moderator? Not everyone. Batman.
So the Earth is curved, right? And by the way, everyone right here can go to Grok or Genesis or whatever and test what I'm saying. This is how you make AI go in circular logic. If you ask which experiment shows that the Earth has a curvature, right? It'll say Eratosthenes because in Egypt he put a pole and then dug a well and he waited until the sun is right over the well and then it caused a shadow in the pole, right? And then he measured and he knew the distance, so he calculated, right? So
you're missing a fundamental part of this,
which is
that they already knew the Earth was a sphere.
Eratosthenes
was not the Earth was a sphere.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That's that's not my point. So see, when he calculated the curvature, he used that experiment, and
again. He's like, oh, well, okay, I guess I was wrong. But I'm going to continue with what I'm saying, which was wrong.
Assume that the sun rays were parallel.
What did I miss? Nothing much. This Plane Trotter guy is just a derpy derp. And I got mad at ABC because she's just saying really stupid things.
How the rain falls parallel to each other, right? So he was assuming that the sun rays were parallel. That observation, that assumption is unobservable. Everywhere I go, I see the sun rays are divergent. You can see it by a broken cloud.
Guys, are these train tracks diverging? Are these train tracks not parallel? I think with the logic that he's about to spew with his stupid dumb mouth, I think he's gonna say that that corpuscular rays proves that sunlight does not reach the Earth in parallel rays. Watch this. You ready?
railroad tracks converging too far away in the distance. I guess that means they converge, right?
You see what?
Railroad lines in the distance also appear to converge. There's a reason for that. Starts with a P.
You talk about perspective, but that's not what I'm saying. So okay, but
so why is the sun exempt?
Okay, so no. See, you're the one making a bit. So all of us see divergent sun rays. That's an observation.
Why is it exempt?
You are making a claim. Hold on, no. You're making a claim that it's not exempt.
Oh, you know what? Actually, one of our really good friends, fuck. Hold on. One of our really good friends, Adam, just did a whole video on this. Hold on. It's coming up.
Thing happen with crepuscular rays in the sky. It's a matter of perspective. However, there's a little more involved there, which I'll let renowned meteorologist Alan Seals tell us about.
It's not unusual with the cloud passing over to see the shadow of the cloud and to see the light rays fanning out through the cloud. We call those crepuscular rays. Obviously, clouds make shadows, but once the sun is down, sometimes the clouds are so distant you can't see it, but you can see the shadow. Look at this video. It shows to the west, parts of the sky are dark. That's the shadow of a distant cloud. And then if you turn around and look to the east, you also see the sky bright on one side, dark on the other. All of it due to shadows of clouds way in the distance. Pretty common, especially at sunset. You'll also notice it at sunrise, and it's way more noticeable when the atmosphere is very hazy. Simply cloud shadows. I'm meteorologist Alan Seals.
Go subscribe to Adam Deitch. While you're at it, there you go. Let's get him more than 142 subs, guys. Let's get that video some views. Yeah, so that sums it up pretty well, I think. There's a lot of flat earth destruction that goes along with that video, such as cloud shadows during sunrise and sunset, because unless the sun is literally sitting on the earth, you can't get light to be within the clouds. So there you go. Science explains everything. Who would have thought? I don't trust waffles.
The burden of proof is on you. Show me an experiment that shows that the sun rays are parallel.
How is that possible on a flat earth?
Rays.
Exactly.
Huh?
Anti-crepuscular rays. Look them up.
All right, let me see.
It is where the sun rays all converge on the opposite side of the horizon from the sun.
Hey, we just saw that.
Funny enough, I typed it out. They're still all divergent.
So why are they converging on a single point on the opposite side of the horizon?
Well, that's the thing, Mark. Like this guy is such a baby flurf, right? This is his first debate, he's a Twitter flurf, and and he's just coming, like he watched Dubé's 200 proofs and was like, I'm an expert.
On the opposite side of the horizon.
From the sun, yes. Why?
Yeah. Okay, so if you see this picture,
baby flurf,
it's actually this is more evidence of flat earth. That's hilarious. But the point is crepuscular or not crepuscular, they're still divergent. You'll never see evidence that the sun are
okay, so they're also divergent when
Reds is here. It was good. I have mostly recovered from hookers and blow. Perfect.
Rays align. Coincidence.
I hope you had some safe travels there, Reds.
It said, I guess it's just a coincidence that, anti-crepuscular rays, do the exact same thing, but there's no sun where they align. But ignoring that, have you ever seen crepuscular rays from above?
From above?
Yes.
Like from above the sun? What do you mean from above? Like that I'm over the sun?
Like from the ISS?
Flying over them in an aircraft. Have you ever seen them?
Yo, what's up, Max? How you doing, bud?
And what shape do they take? And I do expect to see those photos.
Let me see.
Surrender Monkey was good.
So...
Gonna hop in here for a quick moment, guys. If you want to share photos, you do have that option. If you go, hang on. If you want to share photos on screen so people can actually see it and they don't have to be looking at your cell phone through a webcam, click the little screen with the plus icon in it, and you can share your images that way. All right,
well, unfortunately, the pictures are on my phone, so I would have to find them online, download them, and all these things. All right, that's fine. So I did take the pictures in the you know, of the sun on the airplane. But again, we're going back to the very root. The experiment presumes that the sun rays are parallel, something that I myself have never been able to observe. Now you're gonna say, oh, it's because of perspective. Okay, if that's true, then you need an experiment that shows that the sun rays are parallel, which it's not. I mean, you know.
Again, 2 seconds of Googling. You ready for this? Looks pretty parallel to me. Looks pretty damn parallel to me. 2 seconds. And I use Bing for fuck's sake. Looks pretty damn parallel to me. Hold on. There's another good one. Like, it's just so stupid. I love this one. This one's really good. Me gusta. Me gusta.
Okay, so
there's your experiment. There's your experiment, Plane Trotter.
It applies to what you're saying it does. Why doesn't rain seem divergent?
Have you ever looked straight up at where its origin source? The answer is likely not, given the fact that almost every camera that you can buy will result in it becoming smeared and blurry.
Yeah, but if I'm like right here, and I'm not directly above it, just a little bit farther away, right? I see that the rain goes like this, all parallel. But if
you're not looking at it from the same angle, you're comparing apples to oranges. It has to be from the exact same vantage point and angle. That means looking directly into the origin of the rain, which again would mean that your camera is going to be in the direct path and getting soaked. So again, you're comparing apples to oranges.
I'm not talking about cameras. I'm talking. See, this is.
Well, then how are you going to record it?
No,
are you going to capture the proof?
Look, because everyone listening here, almost everyone has eyes, and I'm asking you a very common thing. If you see rain, not over. Yeah, I understand. If it's like if you find the singularity thing, I'm not. There are some things that are going to be harder to understand the perspective that is not. But in specific scenario, I'm talking about. You see rain a quarter of a mile away, it all falls parallel.
I'm sorry, I'm not letting up this moment. I want to know what he looks like. Like, he's so distraught by this guy that he accidentally put his camera on. Oh, there he is. Oh my god. No offense, Big Mike, but you look like a space nerd.
Away, it all falls parallel. You can just see it as straight lines. But if the sun is just a little bit away too, you'll see that it and there's a cloud, broken cloud, it goes like that. So what claim do you have? Now I isolated the variable of perspective because I'm using two things, the same distance coming from above. So I isolated the variable. How do you explain that one of them looks like that and the other one is parallel?
Again, you just have to increase.
Do we have to do this too? Let's see. Let's see, is this gonna... Because what I'm imagining is like looking up at the sky as it's raining. And because if you look up at the sky as it's raining, you'll see the raindrops come out like that, like almost like a corpuscular ray. But I just didn't put in the right keyword.
Your elevation. Again, there are photos from directly above clouds.
That's not. But you're
and
not
they show parallel sun rays.
I'm not asking you where do I have to change my position to so it does look parallel. That's what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is why, when you're in that position, you see two different results.
I don't know. Why do shadows appear to converge on a single point in the horizon?
Okay, so you don't know.
It starts with a P. No, it starts with a P. There's a fundamental, an optical law that causes that. It's called starts with a P perspective.
Okay, but that doesn't. Okay, let me hold on. Let's go back to what you believe. That way you understand a little bit better.
Oh no,
you believe that the
monkey.
sun is huge and 93 million miles away, right? So I'm just gonna show you a small version of what you believe, right? You believe that, correct? So you tell me that if this is the case, we're always seeing, divergent rays when there's broken cloud. how do you reconcile the, like, this is what you believe, but what we observe is divergent rays in broken cloud. How do you reconcile those two? You just say the magic word perspective and then that's it?
Well, you just happen to say the magic word, convergent. You just seem to ignore the fact that when you see them from above,
No, the
they
magic
align.
word is parallel. Your
Yes,
magic
you use
word
parallel, but you ignore the fact that, again, you see from above, they align.
Well, have you ever seen a picture of any parallel sun rays?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can you attach it to the stream?
I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but worst case scenario, I can send it after.
Okay.
I just did. I don't worry about it, Plain Trotter. I just did.
Oh. What will be next? I mean, would you have any questions? Like, what do you want to talk about? I can keep going, but
he did.
Well, hang on. For some reason, he just dipped. I'm going to assume that was a mistake on his part and wait for him to come back.
He rage quit.
I highly doubt.
No, ABC. You know how you get more subs is by not lying to people on the internet. And if you are going to lie to people on the internet, you got to be better at it. Sorry, but and your content sucks, man. The video of you capturing that security guard beating on that woman, that was good content. Okay, all the rest of it, trash. So to get more subs, you make not trash content. Okay, so that's generally how that works.
That probably a smart thing.
I'm gonna admit it.
No, it's not like I said trying to figure out how to upload something and I tapped.
Just kidding.
I can't remember. Anyway, to return, let's just quite
So
clearly.
okay, you know what? I'm gonna put it in my notes. So by the way, that's a pretty good username. Another big Mike. So I put here another big Mike claimed that he can produce pictures of parallel sun rays.
Yeah,
and this would be I'll bring it up maybe on Twitter or something.
Fair enough. Now, do you want to turn to the sun? Is that what you were trying to do before I left, or let you steer?
I'm sorry. If I want to turn to like to steer the conversation that way?
Yes. I mean, I'm you're the guest here, so I'm trying to giving you that option.
Hold on, give me one quick second before another big Mike can produce pics.
Yeah, Marcus. It gets better.
Interesting, because I've been looking those for years. All
yeah,
right.
Congratulations,
so
Dan.
If you ask me to steer, I would say let's talk about the moon. Right?
Be better at it, like me.
The Bible says, and again, I'm not preaching. That's where I'm going to start my. The Bible says that God created two great lights, one to rule the day and the lesser one to rule the night. So the Bible says the moon is a light. Right.
Like once you bring the Bible to a science fight, it's over. Like you're done.
For the people that are, if you go to my profile and you click highlights, I did like a handful of social experiments. I think I call it like anti-social experiment. And I just went up to people in the parking lot at night. And by the way, I'm using the moon because I know it's night for most of the US. So you can go outside and actually observe with your own eyes for the first time. So the moon creates light, right? If you grab a camera, let's say, you just grab your phone, right? And you put the moon next to like a light bulb in the parking lot, right? You'll see the light bulb in the parking lot produces its own light and it looks a certain way through the camera, right? And the moon, in my opinion, looks like the light bulb. But you're...
Reds, I don't know how you were able to keep it together this entire time. I have no idea.
Model claims, again, unobservable to me, that the moon is like the brightest, shiniest rock ever that's just reflecting light. Now,
all celestial objects are reflecting light from the sun. Like it doesn't have to be super shiny for it to emit that much light.
Now, what material can you show me that it reflects light to a point where it's so like it looks like it's producing it, other than like a mirror?
No, it doesn't look like it's producing it.
But
asphalt.
You said what?
The moon's albedo matches that of asphalt, which is why if you take a picture of asphalt during noon conditions on a clear day, it will your camera will adjust and fit to the same conditions as it would for a full moon.
Okay, so for example, so you really believe that if you're in the moon and you're looking at towards the earth and the sun is like shining on like a concrete jungle that's repaved or whatever, you'll see like you'll illuminate the moon like the moon does to our to our parking lots and stuff. Do you think that's the case?
Is the parking lot that blinding to you?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're trying to make it seem like it's going to be some bright object when in fact the moon isn't that bright. The overall illumination in lux is substantially lower. I can't remember. It's like
if you were in a forest,
10,000 during the day.
If you're in the forest, your only source of light would be the moon, and you could still see a lot of things.
Which means that it's extremely bright compared to nothing. You're comparing nearly zero to something with light. That's
forsaken my virginity.
Even a small lighter will seem extremely bright in an extremely dark room.
So you think that the sun goes towards the moon, bounces back, hits the atmosphere, And even after scattering and stuff, it's still enough to just let you see pretty much everything.
I mean, have you ever considered the fact
it's very dim, very fucking dim? Like take literally anything, shine a bright ass light on it, put it up against the wall, and you'll see a reflection of it, the light bouncing off of it onto the wall. That's basically what we're seeing with the moon and the sun. Like that. It's not rocket science, for fuck's sake.
that for a light, it seems to cast an extremely large amount of shadows across its surface?
Man, honestly, I don't know if I'm like mishearing, but can you like talk a little bit like closer to the microphone or enunciate a little bit better? I also
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better.
What I said is the moon seems to cast, if it's a light, it casts a large amount of shadows across its surface. Shadows that always align with the location of the sun. Always.
So you're saying that the shadows produced by the moon are okay? So
no. There's no shadows being produced by the moon. That's not how the moon works.
Do you have
there are surface features on the moon, and they cast shadows.
And just so I can look it up, like which signs?
All right, let's hold on. We got some contributions here. Oh, look at that! Look at that light post. Look at that light post, guys. Hold on. How about that one? Oh, no, you can't see that one. Oh, this one. There you go. Look at that, emitting its own light. There you go. Did you take these with your cell phone? Because these look mad good. Yeah, look at that.
Experiment like shows that
using a telescope.
So by you using a telescope, you just look. Wait, hold on. So you're saying you look at the shadows that the moon produces, but use a telescope to look at what?
You point a telescope at the moon, specifically at larger craters, and you will see that they cast varying levels of shadows.
Oh, you're saying the craters
changes throughout.
Okay.
Well, it's not just craters. You also have rills, valleys, mares. There the moon is very topographically changing. It's not a flat surface. Perhaps if some people actually looked at night, they know this. And as someone who's actually been photographing the moon over the last 6 months, I'm trying to capture lunar libration, something flat Earth has never even begun to try to explain.
Okay. So how about this? Why don't you guys go on a search engine right now and just go on images and type "star through the moon"? How do you explain that?
How about you actually identify the star, or the fact that make it repeatable, provide a time and date. A random composite photo is not proof.
Wait.
Let's do what is as he is instructed. Let us do what he has instructed. All right, star through the moon. Thermal noise. Can I see stars through the moon? Let's see. Jesus Christ. Astronomers for hundreds of years have recorded seeing stars and planets through the moon. Yeah, let's see it. On March 7th, 1794, four astronomers wrote in the Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Astronomical Society that they saw a star in the dark part of the moon. All right, let's see it. Okay, so this is just people saying things. Are we actually gonna like? All right, so there's a dark part of the moon. Oh, it's creeping. The dark part's creeping. Good night. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. There's stars through the moon. Look, there's two. What do you guys think that is the moon worms? Mm. Very intriguing. I wonder what stars those are. I'm sure if they were actually stars, you'd be able to track what they are, as opposed to geostationary satellites. Yeah, geostationary satellites, probably moonworms. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. I do photography and have an excellent understanding on how cameras work. The following video clip is from Flat Earth YouTuber Tell the Truth, claiming that stars could be seen through the dark portion of the moon during a lunar eclipse. It is easily debunkable, in which I will explain afterwards.
A little larger so you can see these stars. I'll point to one. There's a blue star here, a white star. There's another star.
Look at that. It's exactly 1 pixel large. Like those. So what it is, yeah, it's hot pixels. Yeah, or thermal noise is what I have here. Hot pixels, thermal noise. Like it's literally a pixel. And like the thing is, if those were actually stars, like these people don't think that we have every single fucking star mapped out. Like we have a name for basically every single fucking star that we see in the sky. For you to be able to say that's a star, you need to say it's this star and map it appropriately, depending on where it is, where you are, blah, blah, blah. Boom, done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Random composite photos, not proof.
But you've never seen that yourself?
I have been observing the moon not only for the last 6 months consecutively for my lunar libration observation, but yes, I've been observing the moon my entire life. I've never once seen a star in the moon.
Okay.
Best,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Reds.
Whenever an
You want to see that video again?
Occurs,
Which one? You want to see the original one? Jesus Christ. Actually, you know what? I don't know. This music might be copyrighted. All right. Oh, here you go. I'll send you a link to it too. You want to see the debunk of it? Sup all? This Flurf is a fucking moron. Yes, he is wicked pissa. Agreed.
And then there's 3 stars, a white star, a blue star, and another blue star.
And they all look white to me, but whatever. It's probably the shitty quality that you have on your video.
There's a white star.
Yeah, 360p. Holy.
Okay, now this.
Does he ever show a moving video of those stars? No.
Here
No, he
you can
doesn't.
see the stars. 1, 2.
No, what he does is he takes, like, he pauses this video that's long exposures of the lunar eclipse, and he pauses it.
A white star. Good.
Yeah, he'd have a really tough time, you know, with all these stars that are here that would disappear over this video.
Now we'll zoom in. Pretty much over here.
So a dark slide over the lens. Star's still there. There's a new law.
Now,
You have to
this one
say
here, you
wicked
can see the
pissa.
stars.
Wicked
1, 2.
pissa.
That's pretty bright. Now zoom in on
Wicked
it.
pissa.
Now
I
there's
forget
a
how he
red
said it though.
star,
I forget how he
white
said it.
star.
No moving video
Showing
equals no evidence. I can force hot pixels out of my camera. Yeah, easy as that.
moon.
Oh, there's a look at this. This star is moving all over the place. It must be a UFO.
White star and then blue star again.
Here, I'll send you a link.
With another star.
Here's the OG vid.
Venus disappears. Anyone with a telescope can watch Mars, Venus, Jupiter, all these various planets quite literally disappear once the moon crosses them.
Can you see Mercury?
Do you know when you can see Mercury? Do you know when you can see Venus?
I can tell you when you can see those.
Do I know what?
Do you know when you can see Mercury? You know what time of the day do you have to be to see Mercury or Venus?
No, I don't know the times.
Let me guess. You're going to point out, oh, it's because it's closer to the sun. You shouldn't be able to see it on Earth. Let me guess.
That's a correct guess. So now how do you explain that?
It's simple. You look during sunrise or sunset when you still have the ability to see beyond the horizon. Then you're seeing the same direction as the
DP
sun.
Debunks actually does a fantastic video explaining how this works.
But you're not being blinded by the sun. This is quite simple. It's literally the same as, a distant car being between, you have a car's headlights in your eyes, but if you're behind a car, it blocks the light, but you can still see a nearby
Nice,
tree
Marcus. That's
on the
awesome.
other side of the car because you're far enough around it to see it. That's why you can only
get
see
to
Mercury
see my
and
Venus if you
at
take me out
sunrise
to
or
dinner.
sunset. Shortly thereafter or before that, it's not visible.
I'm not so sure of that, but I'm trying to find like solar, images of solar system to scale, which again, they're all going to be cartoons and diagrams because they don't have actual pictures. And give me one quick sec. Because I think if you look at these little diagrams where each planet is like at the same distance from each other, then yeah, you can make that argument.
That's realistic.
Exactly.
Planets are not the same distance.
With those fake pictures and cartoons, you maybe can stretch your argument to make it seem plausible. But if you add the scale, like if let's say that.
Then show it. Don't just say it. Actually demonstrate.
Oh, Reds. ABC. I don't know if she's still here. Angela Baby Carson. She had me pretty triggered earlier because she was telling me that the image of Saturn, like I showed her the whole live stream basically of Saturn. She told me that that was a movie that was being projected for us to look at. So do with that what you will. And I even and she said that doesn't prove that that Saturn is physical. So I that's why I have this ball in my planet, because I demonstrated what two physical objects look like when they interact with light. And this is what it did. Right. So you get the shadow of Titan moving across Saturn. So two physical objects, right? Reflecting light, one light being just interrupted, causing a shadow. Yeah, she's in code mode.
Create a model that shows that. Meanwhile, the fact is you can, and people have modeled it. So, again, I'll link that one. It's just a simple, it's a straight line where it's no longer obscured by the horizon.
This is where I go to even say that this helps my argument. We have 60, 70 years or whatever of space exploration, spending $60 million a day. And when I type on search solar system to scale, there's like, I don't see a single image. And there might be like
Trotter,
somewhere,
part 2,
deep,
electric boogaloo. I love
very, very hard to find.
I love the hair sticking out of the
photo
chest.
of every planet side by side?
Well, you know what? One photo would be nice.
I love
but I don't see
planets don't align like that. Not only are they at different extreme distances, not only are they extreme distances.
I'm not even talking about a photo. I'm saying like even these little diagrams that they have, most of them are like
Nobody.
spaced out evenly, and I want to see the actual scale of like how far. Because I think if you factor in the scale that your model claims, you can't see Mercury during the day. During the night.
That's why you can't see it at night. You have to see it during sunrise or sunset. Typically only within an hour prior to it.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
His poor little brain can't comprehend. Why did
So how about this?
why did Titan steal Earth's identity in your recreation of true facts? Don't worry about it. Listen, the kid can't grow a beard, so I gave him chest hair. You paused it on that face. I couldn't help myself.
Latest time that America has ever been seen on the sky. Do you know?
I don't have an exact timeline, but it's again typically about an hour before sunrise or an hour after sunset. I don't have exact times, especially since it varies.
So, on the sphere model, right? Where you're in New York, right, or on the east. When you see a sunrise, let's just say the sun is at 9 p.m., right, relative to the Earth. So on that opposite side, where would you be when you see and use the clock? Where would you be when the sun starts setting?
Where am I compared to what again?
Wait, what? Okay, so what does it matter?
This is the sun, right? Let's say this is the Earth, and this is the clock. Are you when you don't see the sun anymore? Are you at like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m.? Like where are you on the clock when you can't see the sun anymore?
This question doesn't quite make sense. I guess you're trying to figure out its time relative throughout the year.
Just pick today, like September 8th.
Noon.
If the sun is here,
noon.
Right? Where were you on the Earth?
Noon 30.
When you're right after the sunset.
Noon 30.
I'm close to the equator. Florida's, it's one of the most southernmost points in the continental U.S.
Okay, so now grab the equator, right? You know how we have time zones. So what you're in time zone number, what is it, like -5 or whatever? I don't know the notation.
What does it matter? What does it matter?
I know, but they use like the Greenwich or whatever. So when you're in the -5, where is -5 when the sun rises? Is it at 1 and 1 on the clock? Like, I really think I'm asking a simple question here. Right?
I don't understand why this matters. I was at 0 dark 30 on the clock when I couldn't see the sun. That's a real thing, isn't it?
Like, chime in and say your opinion, or maybe paraphrase my question.
Only if I'm invited.
Yeah, go ahead. Where do you think? So, if the equator if you divide it by the 12 o'clock, where when an observer stops seeing the sun, at what time on the clock is he? On the equator.
So this is his way of trying to understand degrees of visibility of like, because with the when because there's a thing called twilight, right? At the Terminator line, there is called twilight. So you can still kind of see light from the sun, but you can also still kind of see space, right? Like celestial objects, and that's the time that you can see Mercury or whatever they're talking about. But that's measured in degrees, right? That's measured in degrees, not a time on a clock. But this guy is just so simple. Like, I understand what he's on about. Like, I understand. Like, he's just trying to figure out in stupid idiot terms the degrees of visibility, basically, of the twilight, right? Before it goes into twilight, and then it goes into just nighttime. That's what he's trying to figure out.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Are you asking like what time it sets? Because like, so it's close to, I think, 7
o'clock.
Like
obviously you can't see the Terminator line.
Let me just.
So let's say, okay, no, you know what? I realized I wasn't specific about this. Let's say the 12 o'clock is fixed. So the clock is fixed, right? When you stop seeing the sun, are you at 12, or are you at 1, or are you at 2? Like, how far along the rotation are you where you can't see the sun anymore?
I guess you're asking relative to Greenwich time.
Sure. Okay, let me jump in here and ask a simple clarifying question.
Hold on, let me clear this up for you guys. I understand what he's saying. What he's trying to get at is, let me turn off my my thing here. So what he's trying to get at is, you see how there's a Terminator line? Let's do like right there. So what he's trying to figure out is where twilight ends on the sphere, basically. So the question has already been answered. I think that's why it's just so hard to understand what he's saying. Is he's just trying to figure out what degree do you have to be like this far back to be able to see it, or like what point on the curve can you just not see Mercury anymore, or whatever the planet is?
Point are you trying to make by asking this question? Maybe that will clarify things.
Well, if you
are you trying to make an argument about
I'm trying to translate, Derek.
No, I'm not going that route at all. I'm saying if you're going to claim that you can't see the sun,
how for most people a stop clock is right twice a day, but now this guy's clock, it's like him, always off. How did this moron get in a debate? He's too stupid and makes no compelling points at all. Was this bring your kid to Flurf debate week or something? Jack, this was an impromptu debate. It was totally off the cuff. There's an argument on Twitter, and Reds was involved, and they were like, and Reds was like, yeah, I'll host this debate right this second. Maybe if I had secretly been drinking himself stupid. Wait, what did Tay say? How would you even go about answering that?
Okay, hold on. Let me backtrack a little bit. You know,
I don't know. I hate that I understood what he was saying though.
how sometimes the day, if you go to the weather app, you'll be like longer than 12 hours, right? I understand you can claim refraction and all these things. So like, it illuminates from your model.
No, it's not refraction. It's called twilight, dude. It's like night and day isn't just. It's not just day and then it's night. You know, like that's not how it works.
Slightly half
tilted on our axis.
Okay, but slightly more than half, right? If you're at the equator, right, you can see sunlight a little bit more than than the 12 hours.
Yes, there's some illumination there. Correct.
Okay, so
so where are you going with this?
I was trying to see like how do you if you still see sun past more than half of the sphere. So when you're rotating along the sphere, you can see the sun in more than half of your spin, right? We already established that. How, when you're not seeing the sun anymore, you can see Mercury. So you're like so you're saying like you don't see, you're still seeing the sunset here, even when you're like going away from, again, the sun is here. You're going past that.
Yeah, but the sunlight is still in the atmosphere. Like how do we?
I mean, do you not see what I'm asking? Like,
I'm trying my best, but dude, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're making no sense to me right now.
Yeah, I mean, at best, what I'm picking up is you're trying to, argue how, Earth's changing day lengths affects our ability to see Mercury, and the answer is it does. Again,
Well, that's the thing is like Dan, like twilight is caused by scattering. How the fuck is this hard? Exactly. Like that's all that Big Mike needed to say. But I understand the jarring nature of in real time being confronted by such stupidity, right? It's jarring. It's like, oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you saying? Like, how do I even respond to this? You can't 3D. That's true. This incel looks more uncomfortable than a Cub Scout getting a sandwich delivery from Jared. Wow, that is a dated reference, evil producer. You should, dude. I was in your chat last night, Reds, and I was like, dude, like I was hoping it was kind of like an open forum because I wanted to jump on so bad, dude, so bad.
But it varies depending on where we are in Earth's orbit and time of year.
And also, just so that we're clear, there's a few places on Earth that you can go to.
Have you ever eaten a Wham bar? You might change your mind about reality and what a healthy diet is. A Wham bar? Is that something I can buy on Amazon? Because I am definitely growing my Amazon cart for a few reasons. Wham bar. Original raspberry chew bars. Yo, okay. $24 for 60 of them. Yeah. All right, I'll do it. I'll bring them to the office.
Where you can see some sunlight on the horizon.
But yeah, I would 100% go to that, be part of that debate, my friend Reds. I would 100%.
And even though it's midnight, go to South America. That's what you will see.
Okay, so I haven't been that far south, and I probably will be. But give me something that I can observe right now. If I look at the sky,
right, no, he doesn't, Jack.
The sun might set at 8 p.m. and then I can see Mercury after that.
Because again, it's high enough in the sky for it to still be visible before Earth's rotation brings it below the horizon. But prior to that, the sun is up, and well, good luck.
Look, you know what? Honestly, it's a matter of skill, and there's no way that I'm gonna be able to like even make a point through like
incredulity.
No, it's not incredulity. It's I could say the same thing, so that leads nowhere.
I mean, it's not incredulity. It's I just don't know what I'm talking about. Hold on 1 second. What we're talking about Mercury, right? All right, we're talking about Mercury. So let's see. Mercury on the other side of the sun, but if we come back here, we go to Earth. Guess what, guys? When you're on the edge of the Earth right here, and it's dark, you can still see Mercury. Because it's right here. You can still see Mercury. It's not like it's being hidden by the sun. If anything, it's going to be bright as fuck. Because the entire thing is lit up. For us. So if we come, let's go right here. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Like all like all these people have to do is take the 2 fucking seconds to model it out. And this is moving in real time, by the way. This is what 1,000 miles per hour rotation looks like. Like, all they have to do is model it. And they'll see how it's possible. Like, here we are on the surface of the fucking planet. The sun is gone. And we can still see Mercury. Like, it's as simple as that. Literally as simple as that. Ooh, what's this? Oops. Simple, simple, simple. It's not like you just gotta think in 3D. You just gotta think in 3D. Boom. And that's all it takes. Just a little bit of thinking.
I mean, do you want to pick a topic, or you want me to pick the next?
Pick the next topic.
All
like
right,
this, like that simulator is probably the best thing that I have ever spent $30 on for debunking flat Earth claims. Do you use Discord? I do use Discord.
Okay, so do you agree? Is a solar system itself
Can someone invite Bruce Wayne into my Discord, please? Just put a link to it in chat.
Or is he like an atom where like all the planets are like going around all over the place?
Now, many of the planets do follow in a single ecliptic plane. However, other objects, especially things like Pluto, do not.
Right, Rhetoric, you don't have it? That's surprising. I figured that you would have had this. It's called Universe Sandbox. Universe Sandbox. I'll even, you know what? No, that's too much of a pain in the ass. I just need to get through this.
Plane. Comets, especially, comets and asteroids can have any number of equatorial planes relative to the rest of the ecliptic. And this is even further established given, my friend Astronomy Live, he literally discovered a comet by himself using a NASA spacecraft, and then several months later,
fascinating that he was able to discover a fucking comet.
Okay, but so basically, the spirit, the spirit of my question is why isn't the solar system like that?
Well, it's quite simple. Just imagine you have a world.
Why isn't the solar system like an atom? What?
Whole of water, and you try to steer it. You put rocks in there and you throw it against the current. What happens to those rocks? Do they maintain that direction, or due to collisions and other impacts and it being moved, it starts to move with the rest of the flow? It's quite literally just elimination of any debris going the opposite direction. Now,
are you saying that a perfect vacuum, has the same effect as a current of water?
I never said
space is not a vacuum with perfect vacuum.
The word collisions.
So after a bunch of random collisions, they all end magically in the same plane.
The largest objects did. The smaller ones did not. That's where the comets and asteroids I previously mentioned fall in.
All right. What about why do we always see like the same face of the moon? I already know your answer.
That goes back to my comment about lunar libration. Lunar libration is quite literally where we can see beyond the horizon of the moon as it rotates, but as we see it move relative to the Earth. Again, you'll see that probably sometime next year when I finish up this project.
But I'm not sure that answers the question though. Like
okay,
the question was,
Reds, you got to have information on Big Mike. I want Big Mike on my show because I want him to talk about his project.
We see the same face every day.
It changes. That's the answer.
Why is a raven like a writing desk? I don't know, the Mad Hatter. Why?
You just think it's a very subtle process, but look up lunar libration. It does change. We can quite literally see a pivot towards us and away from us, and as a result, craters and other features disappear behind the lunar horizon. Again, I'm literally photographing this.
So now you're basically claiming that over time you can see the entire surface of the moon.
I did not see that. I did not say that. I said that you can see the moon's different features come from and behind, out from
I think they meant the passive electrons around a nucleus, not on the same plane. Oh, I see. Okay.
Behind the horizon of the moon and back behind it again.
So
noting that that's specifically a feature of a spherical object, not a flat. Because if it was flat, if as it changes angle towards us, we would still see the same.
I haven't made any claims about the shape of the moon. So, but wait, hold on. It doesn't. If you look up pictures of the moon, you're telling me that the faces of the moon you'll see they look different.
Specifically, if you look at its angle and especially the features along the edge.
No. That's not the spirit of my question. I'm not asking if you take a picture of the moon from Australia or from.
And that's not what I said. That is not what I said. My lunar liberation observation all takes place from the same porch here in Florida.
Okay, so if everyone right here listening Google's pictures of the moon, are they going to see different faces?
Get a GIF that shows exactly what.
No, I'm talking about. Hold on, I'm talking about face. I'm not talking about pH.
Yes, I'm talking about how it's changing. You're asking a question and I am answering it.
Okay, so yes or no? If people look up right now, pictures of the moon, are the faces going to be different?
No,
or the same?
They will see different terrain 15 days from now than they do now, specifically along the edge of the moon. What part of that is not
15 days or later or now? I'm talking about right now. If they go and search, they already. Again, just the same way
you're asking people to search when a simple search for lunar liberation GIF will quite literally demonstrate what it is and how it works.
So my contention is if you look up pictures of the moon, you'll see the same face.
Yeah.
And not always the same craters along the edge, because that depends on its point in the orbit around the Earth.
That is true. Because the like Melodome says, wibble wobble. So the moon does wobble a little bit as the month goes by.
Just stop, pause, type in lunar libration into Google, and click on the first GIF it shows.
Lunar vibration?
Libration, Libration.
Oh my god! For this guy to be like trying to debunk the globe and shit like that, you think that he would know the basics of these things and at least the words.
All right. So I see once again the same faces of the moon, except if there's cartoons. But every image is the same face. You can find you can rotate, you can spin this, but it's the same face.
Why isn't a giraffe like a mollusk?
So you're going to ignore the fact that craters will no longer be visible throughout the month. Gotcha.
I'm not. Hold on, I haven't ignored that. All I'm saying is that I looked up what you said.
Address it.
Okay, I haven't never heard that specific claim, so I'll look into it. If you want me to just pause for like 15 minutes and waste everyone's time, that's something that I have to like look into.
Instead, you ask questions and try to understand instead of just making assumptions based on no information.
Hold on, give me one quick second.
Want that?
Ready? So, you see this? So, this, let's just call this the face of the tennis ball, right? This is still the same face. Now, are you claiming that you can see like a little bit like that and a little bit like that, so you see 50%? So now, what I'm asking you is, why can we not see here? Like, how do you are you saying that it's what, like a pendulum that you only see like a little bit beyond and a little bit beyond?
Oh my god! Oh no! He doesn't know what tidally locked is. Oh, this poor boy. Oh, this poor boy. Like literally grade school, guys. Grade school.
But why can't we see the completely other side?
What?
This guy claims to have been researching flat Earth for years. Well, I mean, you can research flat Earth. Everything you research is wrong. What you need to be doing to research flat Earth, you should be researching the globe. Like that's it. Like I study the globe by looking at flat Earth shit. Oh, I mean, no, I don't. You know what I mean? Fun fact, in Atlanta, it's illegal to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole. That is a fun fact.
It's an orbit.
So if you have this orbiting something, you'll see different faces.
Again, it is based on you're trying to answer something that's not the case in the heliocentric model. You're just trying to. I don't even know what is your point here. What is your point? This isn't a globe Earth. This isn't a globe refute. This is just.
Well, it's just again. So okay, I'll make it more concise. I think that the Bible makes a claim, and
it's not alike. We've already established that given the fact that shadows are cast on it.
They all make claims in general about the Earth being flat and firmament and all these things.
Which you also have to prove that there's a firmament. Just gonna point that out.
Okay, hold
on. Love that, Big Mike.
The Bible makes a claim, and then your evidence, it's all either extremely hard for civilians to observe it by themselves, and they have to have this like complex. It's not just so simple. Basically,
looking at memes.
There is a meme that I've seen for the flat Earth. It's like
dude, like that's my favorite thing. Is this when he starts like the evidence that he uses is just memes And then he gets called out on using memes for evidence, and he's like, well, you guys aren't listening to what I'm saying, so...
the water can curve, and it's just a guy looking at the beach, and then there's this guy with like a huge whiteboard explaining all these things and that's every little question. You have this huge whiteboard, and everything is counterintuitive. Nothing is simple. You can't.
And your current argument is, I don't believe it.
So what's more simple than... What is more simple than this? Oh, well. Let's go back a little bit. All right. Well, dang it. Oh, speaking of parallel light rays or sun rays, whatever. Come on, hook a brother up. Man, imagine a craft traveling at 17,000 miles per hour over the earth gets poor signal sometimes. Is this what I'm looking for?
And firmly.
Oh, that's sick.
Vehicle mode.
Yeah, what's more simple than this? ABC, do you see how slow this is moving? You see how slow this is? Do you have any idea the relative speed that these are moving over the Earth's surface? 17,000 miles.
And just about 2 minutes out from what we call CHOP.
This is how slow things actually are.
To the International Space Station. Now we're seeing it from one of the external cameras as a station.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to come. Oh, I'm going to come. Oh, I'm close. I'm close.
We just had CHOP, and we're under 2 meters away from the International Space Station.
Keep going, keep going. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, then we go to the 1976 cam. The camera that's been on the ISS since fucking launch. I love it.
5 a.m. And we have all 12 hooks closed.
Look at the like here's the damage that sun radiation does to a camera.
Does best serve as a
crew that we had a successful capture and
all right, anywho, there you go.
Multiple refuse.
Okay, so why can't we see? Give me a simple answer on why.
Tidal locking. 2 words. It's called tidally locked.
I asked you said what is an orbit? That was your answer.
Well, that is one answer in tidal
It is illegal to serve margarine as a butter substitute at a restaurant unless otherwise requested in Wisconsin, huh? Well, I mean, Wisconsin's like Cow City, isn't it?
TIDAL space L.
Okay, tidal locking. Okay, great. So I did want you to say that. So you're basically gonna think, you're trying to have me believe that because of tidal locking, like even though the moon is moving around the Earth, it's just so happening that like it's the face we always see essentially the same face of the moon. So we're never gonna see the back.
Goalpost move, buddy.
Huh?
I noticed that you suddenly slipped in the word essentially.
Yeah, because I want to avoid your little like 53%. Give me the thing. Why can we not see the back? I'm trying to avoid your little.
Because it's tidally locked.
That doesn't even exist. It's called a straw man.
All right, by ABC. I hope that in your sleep tonight you develop a third brain cell, and that you realize how stupid it is to say that the image of Saturn that Reds and I caught on Wednesday night was a movie being projected in the sky. Okay. I really, really hope that you can get over that level of stupidity. So, ABC, you have a good night.
Tidally locked moon does not refute the globe in any manner. All you're doing is you're trying to build a straw man.
Right now, I'm not referring to the globe. I'm just asking you why.
Well, then why'd you bring up, the globe meme? Oh, it's, a big whiteboard with, formula. Why'd you bring that up then? It's quite literally,
because look, all of the model's explanations are something counterintuitive, hard to understand.
Explain lunar libration on a flat Earth. Explain lunar libration on a flat Earth.
Okay,
you're saying that the globe is too complicated.
Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna keep my word. I'm gonna look into that, but I don't have the answer right now. Like I told you from the beginning, just because I realized that model is flawed doesn't mean that I suddenly have all the other answers.
But you aren't pointing out a flaw. You're just pointing out a complaint. It's something you don't
like
about it.
Yeah, no, that's literally not a flaw. That's not a flaw. That's you just not understanding what tidally locked means.
No, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing
why
is
didn't you point it up? What is your point?
What I'm doing
is your point?
My point is your model makes huge, massive claims against what the Bible says, and they're hard to observe, hard to see, hard to prove. They're all extreme coincidences. Like, for example, the moon and the sun, they're the sun
annular eclipse.
Is 400 times bigger than the moon, but they're also
annular eclipse. Annular eclipse.
Huh?
Annular eclipse. You will see that the moon is smaller than
Marcus, I don't know what that is, but
that's not okay. By how much? Wait, hold on. What do you mean smaller?
That sounds cool.
The entire ring of the sun around the moon.
So what is the ratio of their sizes to their distance?
Don't have the exact number, but you can just Google it and just look up annular eclipse ring of fire.
Oh, you didn't answer.
Very common photo.
So I'm gonna see. Let's look it up on your behalf about what your model says.
I love when they're like, "Oh, your model says this. Your model says that." What does your model say? Your model says nothing. You can't decide on a model.
It's like thinking a lot.
Well, we wait all us.
Okay, here it is. See, so it says that it's essentially the distance ratio is 400 times, and the size ratio is also 400 times. So see, in general,
you didn't look up a photo. I noticed that. I told you.
Well, I went to photo of Ring of Fire. But look, what I'm trying to.
It's called in the fantastic words of Simon Dan. It's called a celestial coincidence.
Here, well, you guys don't.
Oh, Star Trek. Oh. The original series. Gotcha. Oh, yesterday was Star Trek Day, by the way. It was the 1966, right? It was September 8th, 1966 was the first ever Star Trek episode.
I have a basket now of all these little coincidences that you want me to believe.
Okay, that's cool as fuck, Marcus Leach. Now that I know what you're talking about.
You're going to try to take something that you don't understand and use it in a different argument with somebody else. You're not learning anything.
That's fine.
You're going to make title locking to somebody else. You're going to be not to have a clue what it means.
Again, so if I were to look, if an alien, let's just say human just.
Oh, look at that! Thank you, Reds, for sharing this video. Or this photo of the moon not being the same size as the sun.
A new life form, right? So
they shared an image of a annular eclipse for you, Big Mike, because you're apparently on a cell phone.
Yeah, my internet on my computer is broken. I'm trying to get it fixed. I apologize.
Yeah, so that's an annular eclipse with a solar filter. There you go.
Okay, so solar filter, that's great. Now let me make my original point, but let me finish this. You can interrupt me all the time, but let me finish this one though. So I have this basket of massive, each individual is like one massive coincidence that you want me to believe. After all the collisions, the big items are insane, are on a flat plane. The moon and the sun, it's 400 times bigger, but it's 400 times farther away, so they look about the same, right? Then
about the same. Thank you for restating your initial claim.
It has tidal lock, so you can't, it won't just rotate so we can see the effect. No, we only see it's just slightly above 50%. And by the way, I would argue the 50%, but sure, let's just slightly above 50%. So you're gonna have all these claims that are all.
How would you argue the 50%?
You can observe. Huh?
You say again, this is quite literally incredulity.
You saying that big collisions made all the planets line up in the same plane? That to you is
6969.
I've already explained the fact that things have been observed outside of the orbital plane.
Yeah, exactly, Paul. Now that Red's pulled up the picture of the annular eclipse,
your choice to ignore that does not refute their existence.
But here's the thing. Here's another
Then address their existence.
Here's another thing about
you have to address their existence. You're going to try and argue.
I'll address right now a generality that will embark all of your objections. Whenever I say something like the planets are on a plane, right? You're like, oh no, but this one is like right here, which is completely unobservable to me. Then the moon.
It's not unobservable to you. What? You take your location on the Earth. You can math out where the planets are in relation to the plane of the solar system.
No, you can see right here. So all your arguments are like,
You mean the arguments that are based on observations? Again, everything you're arguing, especially when it came to like Mercury and Venus, notice that you don't have any of your own observations. You aren't saying, oh, well, I did this with my telescope.
Correct.
It's just, you don't believe it.
I have my own observations, but not with the
Well, then
telescope.
show them.
I told you I've never observed parallel sun rays.
Well, I'm not just...
You can't observe parallel sun rays with a telescope, you fucking retard.
Talking about those, I'm also mentioned Mercury, Venus.
Okay, fine.
I did observations of lunar libration. I'm doing it right now. That's something I can attest to. That's
Okay,
not
but you already have a confirmation bias. You believe the same thing you were taught.
Oh, so you don't have a confirmation bias about, you know.
If I did, I wouldn't be able to change my mind. Look, we were both taught the same thing when I was 3 years old, when you were 3 years old and 4.
The confirmation bias is right in his Twitter fucking profile. Allow me to reiterate what his profile says. It says, you ready? I'm just gonna read one. Mocking the Bible to taking it 100% literally. Like, let me just bring this up. This is his profile. This is what I was reading earlier. Catholic to atheist to Christian. So like this is what, and then soccer to tennis, I guess. He used to play soccer or whatever. Democrat to MAGA humper. Hashtag MAGA. And then mocking the Bible to taking it 100% literally. So yeah, that's a level that we're dealing with here, people.
4, 5, 6, and I believe what you believe 88% of my life or so.
No, you just believe, you're agnostic. That is the best condition. That is like a Christian who, was taught 4 verses. And okay, then why don't you understand these basic concepts? You like to talk about how, Earth rotation isn't measurable when it can be measured. You can measure it. So come on, you're not arguing from a place of you being informed. You're arguing from ignorance. It's no different than
Notice that I haven't attacked you once.
On that note, evil producer, aren't most moons in our solar system tidally locked?
I haven't attacked you. I just pointed out a flaw in your argument.
No.
Where did I insult you? Where did I insult you? So let me apologize.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. I said you're arguing about confirmation bias. I think saying
that's crazy, Trotter monkey.
Pretty much equivalent, so that's fair. But let's just move on to the next. So if the sun rays are parallel, how are the umbra and penumbra caused?
Yeah, exactly, Cerny.
Distance from the moon is just
Mike is only playing with one ball. Come on, the other one is going to get jealous. This little guy, yeah, they're a little mismatched. I like how this is like more accurate for the Earth and the moon kind of sizes. Will be like 250,000 kilometers, but whatever.
You have the the narrow shadow, which is penumbra, and then you have the wider cast shadow. You can quite literally see this again. Just go outside with a car or just a large object. You will see 2 shadows: the primary shadow, and you will have the outside shadow.
Oh, here we go. It's meme time.
This is what they first. Hold on, let me like put it sideways.
No one can see that.
I know, that's what I'm trying to. So
lower
this
the brightness.
Claim.
Oh, there.
This is your model right here. The parallel sun rays, how they the distance that he measured and how he calculated. See, but he assumes that the sun rays are parallel. And now I go to the very next picture.
No, we understood that we understand that
what happened to parallel?
What?
Is that they aren't parallel.
What? So he's using a simplified understanding of a lunar eclipse diagram to try and prove that we don't observe parallel light rays. Is that what is so stupid?
Well, that's just showing the extreme.
And here's another funny thing that goes. You see how both of those they're not really photographs. They're both cartoons.
Yeah. So it's a diagram. Cartoons and diagrams are are very difficult to understand to flat earthers.
Are you saying that you can see a shadow against the blackness of space?
I have not made that claim at all.
Then what are you expecting to see? Explain that. Be specific as possible. What are you expecting to see?
Oh, I'm getting an unexpected guest here. Okay. I'm expecting. Wait, what was the question again?
You were the one who asked.
I asked how the sun rays parallel here, but not here. I didn't ask about.
And I told you that the cartoon, as you put it, was just showing the extremes of the sun, because again, that's the farthest point that the sun rays are going to be, reaching when it comes to.
We got Grandpa Yamaha in Toon's chat. The link apparently doesn't work again. Grandpa Yamaha. I don't know who that is.
Not even that. If you want to be more, pedantic, the sun rays are actually traveling 360 degrees, and only a tiny fraction is actually hitting the Earth, and therefore the moon.
And they're so far away that they arrive parallel, right?
Well, again, they arrive
The
at,
sun's
you know,
so
they
far
all
away
originate from the same point. The sun
the rays arrive parallel.
relative to the Earth, yes.
And this is parallel?
Who said that that was a, you know, trying to show exactly parallel? Again, what part of
Okay, look, that's fine.
what part of that
He's
is
so
stupid.
stupid.
I think that the people that are objectively listening with an open mind, they just got a little bit of cognitive dissonance there, so I'm going to move on to the next one.
Wow. Like, the projection of this fucking guy is actually representative visual aid for fucking idiots and extremely expensive.
That's an at-home. You're just trying to, you know, reach.
That's my opinion. What about, does pressurized gas require containment? Yes or no?
Based on measurements in reality? No. And more importantly, you have to prove there's a container.
So pressurized gas doesn't require.
We got a SOV guy, a SOV fan here.
So do you have an example of that?
Yes, high altitude balloons going up to 150,000 feet, measuring pressure down to 0.02 psi. You know, this is something that's been repeated even by a flat earther, and the measurements are all the same. It is, you know, way below 0.1.
Big
no
Mike.
barrier, no container.
Big
no
Mike, let's go.
What about, does a vacuum require containment?
Does a vacuum require containment? Like that? Oh, there it goes. My brain just came out my asshole.
I see what you're doing, but it's fine. I'll do another one.
Well,
no, we see what you're doing, you dumbass.
Like I said, the vacuum of space. What are you trying to ask about the vacuum of space?
The vacuum of space. Hold on. So I guess you guys have your own audience. I'm always spamming like a handful of pictures because I gotta develop more, and it's pretty hard to find like true. Okay, here it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
So for you, this is also not counterintuitive.
Hang on, with permission
fucking
from both
memes,
of you.
dude.
Can I step in here for a second? I have something that's relevant.
Yes.
Okay. I recorded, it's on my YouTube channel, and since I'm on my computer, I can show it to you if you would like, of a rocket launch. As the rocket launches, the gases coming out of the rocket are illuminated, so you can see them. As the rocket is getting higher and higher and higher, the air is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. So the gases that are coming out of the rocket start to expand. And as it gets higher, it expands more and more and more. Eventually what happens is that the rocket gets so high and the vacuum is so absolute that you can't see the gases anymore. They expanded so much. Now, it didn't have to go through a dome in order to experience that drop in atmospheric pressure because it didn't smash into anything and blow up on the way up. Again, I can pull up this video if you would like to see it. This is observations that I did myself.
I believe what you're saying. I'm not sure that's the cause, but let me.
No. It's that.
But I don't have a claim for that. I don't have a claim for that.
Because you said that don't you require a physical barrier, i.e. a dome, in order to have that drop in atmospheric pressure between pressurized and not pressurized? We have evidence to show that you do not need that barrier. A rocket didn't hit a barrier because it didn't blow up on the way up. See what I mean? So if your claim is that you require that container, we have independent evidence to show that that is not the case. And again, I can show you that footage if you don't believe me.
I can see the footage, and I'll look into that. Here, look into lunar libration. Hold on. And what do you call that?
It was my Atlas 551 launch. Let me provide the link to you so that you can look it up. And better yet, I'm just going to make the...
So wait, hold on. I know the Big Mike. Do you believe in the Big Bang?
I don't think I was done yet.
Yeah, Nick, go ahead and post the link.
All right, cool. Let me get something up real quick. So I'm going to screen share something to you. You should be able to see it. Give me a quick second here.
Now I'm playing with the other ball because now I feel bad.
One launch. Let me mute the audio because why the hell not? So
dude, these people in the comments are so mad.
Yeah, I imagine. Okay, so can you are you seeing the gases right here?
Yes.
Okay. See how they're
what I see is the rocket skimming the firmament and creating water or whatever the fuck they think it is. This better not be porn. If this is porn, I'll be pissed. If the moon were only 1 pixel, a tediously accurate scale model of the solar system. Scroll to explore. All right, so the sun is at 1 AU. Wait, is this the sun? Yeah, that's the sun. All right. That was about 10 million kilometers just now. All right. Gonna keep going. Pretty empty out here. I agree. Here comes our first planet, Mercury. Oh, so tiny. And then we got, turns out things are going pretty far apart. We'll be coming up on a new planet soon. Sit tight. Oh, Venus. There's Venus. All right, here we go. Most of space is just space. Halfway home. We got the Earth and the Moon. There it is. Teensy tiny. And then we have the rest of the destination Mars. It would take about 7 months to travel this distance in a spaceship. Better be some good in-flight entertainment. In case you're wondering, you need about 2,000 feature-length movies to occupy that many waking hours. There's Mars. Sit back and relax. Jupiter's more than 3 times as far as we just traveled. Holy shit. All right. When are we going to be there? Seriously, when are we going to be there? And this is where we might as well see some asteroids to wake us up. Too bad they're all too small to appear on this map. Oh man, space is big. I spy with my little eye something black. If you were on a road trip driving at 75 miles per hour, it would have taken you over 500 years to get here from Earth. Holy shit. Where's Jupiter? Show me Jupiter. All these distances are just averages, mind you. The distance between planets really depends on where the 2 planets are in their orbits around the sun. So if you're planning on taking a trip to Jupiter, you might want to use a different map. Yo, this is sick. I'm glad. Thank you for joining, for providing that, man. That was cool. Oh, Flurfology for $5 says,
unless this kid's about to lose a toe or sue the Catholic Church because he's still a virgin, I've officially lost interest.
Well, thank you for the $5 super chat check. I appreciate it. Are you saying a flat earther understands a movie plot? I call horseshit. I'll be wrapping up soon. It's past my bedtime, but I'll be wrapping up here soon.
Straight line, staying together in this line right here.
Okay.
Now the rocket is going up and up and up. As it gets higher and higher and higher.
Up?
Yes, as the rocket gets,
it's
higher
going
and higher
up,
and higher,
dumbass.
the air gets thinner. Now look what happens to the gas after the air gets thinner. The gas expands.
No. But go back.
The gas
Wait, go back.
expands.
Hold on.
The gas expands. The gas expands some more.
Why don't you show the video? Why are you like cutting it like that? Go back and then play the actual video.
Oh, holy fuck.
So to you, that looks like it's going up.
Yes, that is most definitely going up. I was pointing my camera up while I was watching this.
I mean, that's just, I would say counterintuitive again. Looks like it's going down. But
it looks like it's going down. When you're pointing the camera up, it looks like what a fucking retard.
Gases are expanding. That means you're experiencing lower.
Scroll faster, trust me. All right, hold on. Oh, there's Jupiter. There's all his moons. Well, some of them. That's definitely not all of his moons. All right, let's go to Saturn. I'm sure these are very funny, but there's a lot of them. I don't want to go through them all. I ain't got time for that. Oh, there's Saturn and Titan right over there. Holy shit, like this is like there's 5,912,365,250 kilometers. And there's Pluto. We still love you. Rip.
Lower atmospheric pressure. That means it's gaining in altitude. See, this altitude.
No, you see, you're doing that same thing of like, we measure the curvature so their sun rays are parallel. You're using circular logic. You can't say that. You can't say.
I didn't mention the sun rays. Do not put words in my mouth, sir. No. I did not mention the sun rays. I am talking specifically about atmospheric pressure. You can see the gases expand.
Good night, evil producer.
I'm saying the same circular logic that the experiment for the sun rays are like, the sun. We measure the curvature so the sun rays are parallel. That's circular logic because you can't prove that the sun rays are parallel. You just have to believe that they're 93 million miles away, so they're right.
You're bringing up a non sequitur.
You're doing the same thing here. You're doing circular logic. It looks like it's going down, but you're saying, no, it's going up.
It doesn't. How in fuck's sake does this look like it's going down?
The USF 67, that's probably a better video.
The only one that's going up and then expanding. That's what you should do.
How in fuck's sake Does this look like it's going down?
No,
because guess what? Because guess what? As you get higher, the atmospheric pressure drops. You're seeing atmospheric pressure drop right here.
You're not getting my point, but that's fine.
No, I get what you're trying to say. You're trying to get away from the fact that you can see atmospheric pressure drop without going through a container.
So
you don't want to accept that, but that's what's being shown in this video.
Why would I accept that this is going up? Why would I accept that?
Sir. Here's what I want you to do.
Wow,
take your finger.
he's so
take your finger. Point it straight up.
Okay.
No, do it. Point all the way up. Extend your arm all the way up. You can go higher than that.
Okay. And then?
Okay. Now point your finger forward.
Okay.
All right. Now continue to increase elevation while pointing your finger forward.
Okay, I know what you're gonna say.
Now imagine we had a camera filming that. How would it look in the frame?
Oh,
sir?
yeah, good
yeah,
call.
Exactly. You're gonna explain an organ to the thing that rockets.
How would that look in the frame,
like
sir?
They're going along the firmament, but they're going up. See,
how would that look in the frame, sir?
If it were moving up, it would look smaller, and eventually disappear.
No. I'm talking about the directionality. How would it look in the frame, sir? It would look like
it was just moving up.
It would look like it was going down in frame, right?
No, you know what?
Congratulations, we just figured it out together. Now we can move on.
So you're rationalizing why it looks like rockets. If you just have an observer looking at a rocket instead of it disappearing, it just goes like the shape of the firmament.
It's not.
Wow, that's fucking stupid. Wow, that was fucking stupid. Wow, those words came out of his stupid fucking mouth.
But you gotta believe this. Like
everyone who's watching this is easily getting this. You're the only one that's not getting this right now.
Will be. Like that's not surprising me. It's fine. You know, people look. Most
He's
people,
a great.
You know,
yeah, right. Yeah,
Jesus,
he is.
They worship their own ego, and you know when you're lied,
I understand.
Of your identity. Well, you know,
I may have to break out the crayons with this one. Fine, let's break out the crayons. Okay, here's the crayons. So let's imagine.
Wait. You know what? I'll go Trump mode here. 2 versus 1.
Okay, here's the crayon.
Wherever.
Let's have an observer right here, and let's have a rocket. Let's say it's doing this.
Okay,
so it's going to launch, and it's eventually going to level out as it goes into orbit, right? This is the launch of the rocket. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this. Let's use our field of view as red. So this is going to be our field of view. If I have my camera looking at this field of view, so this is the field of view right here. Notice how we're still gaining altitude, but in the field of view, it looks like it's going down. Imagine that. Pretty pictures definitely helped in this situation, didn't they?
Oh my God, Red, that's perfect.
Notice how this line is still going up. It's still going altitude, but in the field of view, it's going down.
Pull up your other video real quick, like the one you were showing.
This is the visual I'm showing.
No, but I'm talking about the little gas expanding.
I just would like to point out that USF 67 makes this entirely moot, as it says almost, closer to vertical.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. Like, you guys have all these complex explanations. You don't want to show your face. You go 2 versus 1. It's easy. You know.
If you want me to stop talking because it's too hard to say the word.
No, for real. I'm trolling. I actually like it. I think we'll go farther than
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
No, but dude, I'm serious. Like, I actually like it because it's easier to. I think whoever's right, the argument will go faster in that direction. So, you could even say that the Raiders, the moderators interrupting Trump helped Trump, right? So that you just whatever the truth is, you approach it quicker when there's like more voices. Anyways,
trolling. It sounds like a Fozzie diversion from that band debate you had.
Say that again.
It's a comment, when Red debated a flat earther, he also made a diversion to a popular celebrity. Back then it was Dr. Fauci. Now you're appealing to Trump. It just seems to be over time.
Oh, come on, dude. How are you gonna compare Trump and Fauci?
Because both flat earthers are the ones who made that appeal to a celebrity. We did not. Flat earthers did in both of these debates.
Okay, so
I love that.
You steered it in that way. I think once again, what you see, even though you can like explain it away, is still another counterintuitive thing.
Just point out the fact.
Yeah, can we put CK? Can you link Flurfology in the chat, please?
That's
fine. Now let's move on what I wanted to bring up. So do you guys believe in
okay, yeah. Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, both of you speak.
Okay, to answer a previous topic, since you're trying to run from that as fast as you can, what I'm saying is the perspective and other issues you're pointing out are all bust when you add in the fact that there are multiple observers to rocket launches. Just because it looks like it's going over the horizon.
Mimetic evidence holds up in court here.
Launches can and have been seen up to 2,000 miles away from their launch site. More importantly, again, going to another great person, Pastrami Live has recorded Starship launches in Florida when they launched in Texas. That's almost what?
All right, 5 more minutes, guys.
Away,
5 more minutes.
Still sees them, not falling into the ocean, not hitting anything. In fact, when a Starship exploded and flat earthers collaborated to say, "Oh, it hit the firmament," he actually was the only person to track the nose cone, which was intact. If it was the first thing to hit the firmament, it would have been crushed. So no, it seems to be curving. No, that's is trying to enter orbit, and it still is being seen and observed over 2,000 miles away from their launch site. So if it was falling back into the ocean, it wouldn't have made it that far.
I mean, I know what you're trying to say, and I disagree with it, but it's just one of those things where we're not going to be able to settle that difference right now, in my opinion.
Well, that's not really something you have to.
Again, it doesn't matter that everything you want people. You know,
because it's observable, it's convoluted.
No, it's not about that.
Because it's observed, it's
I
convoluted.
can understand if you have a model, if you have like a field where a lot of things are observable and then like a couple things are like
Except it is observable. I just pointed out that people have observed it.
Okay, but
yo, thank you, Shifty. Save for end.
Save for end. Some smooth jazz to help you sleep needs sound. Link.
All right. Let's wrap this up right now. We're gonna come back to this probably tomorrow night. We're just gonna finish it up. But let's get some smooth jazz going on. This is from Flarefology. The Jazzy Pickle. Yo, Patrick Swayze getting it on. Oh shoot. Holy shit. Oh my god, my favorite was when Annie the Pickle was like just sneaking in. That was fucking great. I could watch that all day. Well, it's on Flarefology, man. Go check them out. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna end it here. Because I gotta go to bed. I appreciate you guys. All right, you want more Swayze, please? You want? We'll watch it again. Good night, Reds.
Smooth and cool, floating in a jar of.
This is fantastic. I don't want the confusion to end. All right. I just want to see. I want to see the pickle come in from the side again. So good. It's so good. It's so good. All right, guys. Chill your britches. All right. No, we're gonna end it here. I gotta go to bed. I gotta work in the morning and shit. But yeah, no, this is fun. I love going over stupid shit. This is good stuff. All right. Well, I'm tired, obviously. So I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night, everybody. I think I do have you guys routed to go to Tune after this. So go give MC Tune my love. All right, deuces, guys. Deuces, Kitty. Good night, everybody. Good night. All right, ending. I gotta put a song on, right? Is that what we do? Yeah, let me put on. Oh yeah, old school. All right, good night, everybody.
Tremble as we break through the haze, unmasking illusions with a thunderous blaze. Electronic beats intertwined with steel, unleashing the truth with an unstoppable zeal.
All right, yeah. We'll start over. All right, DVD Bunk supposed to start. Fuck off, no.
The secrets that they don't want you to know.
Good night, DP. I love you.